Yo, welcome to another edition of Oh, He's Not Getting It Up, June Boxing Talk. I just wanted to touch on the situation, the little subject, real quick. I just watched a Fight Hub TV interview uh, with Keith Thurman and his take on how Sean Porter, or I should say Crawford versus Porter, is going to go, how the fight is going to go about. Now, I'm not going to touch on the whole interview because it's really not much I can really say. It just seems like it's some more PBC supportive shit, like always with Keith Thurman and most of the other fighters in the PBC. They support anybody that's PBC because I don't know, they get paid to do that, I guess. I don't know. So I'm not even going to touch on too much what he said. But one thing that he did say towards the end of the interview is hopefully if Crawford happens to win this fight, that hopefully it makes him, in lack of a better way of saying it, I can't word for word, I'm probably not saying it right, but if he wins the fight, then hopefully that makes him want to do bigger things at 147. So it's just funny how people are treating Terrence Crawford as if he has not been trying to do the biggest things at 147 for the longest. Since he came up to 147. All his career, he tried to do the biggest things. He did the biggest things at 140. He was an undisputed champion. Is that not big enough? Now he came up to 147, fought Jeff Horn, the Jeff Horn that beat Manny Pacquiao for the WBO belt. That wasn't big. That was his first fight at 147. That wasn't big enough for you? That's not big enough for y'all? Like, what the fuck? That's not big enough for y'all? He came up to 147 his first fight and fought Jeff Horn, the man who just beat Manny Pacquiao, a legend. That wasn't big enough already? And called out every champion. I mean, what is y'all take on doing bigger things at 147? What do y'all expect for him to do? Because the people that got the belts at 147, they ain't talking about fighting Terrence Crawford. He's talking about fighting them, though. He first comes up to 147. Keith Thurman, you yourself said he has to prove himself, just like you did with Earl Spence. When Earl Spence was coming up, oh, you gotta prove yourself. Oh, I guess Terrence Crawford wasn't big enough. You said some crazy shit like that just to downplay him. He ain't a real 147 pounder. You said that. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that. I probably could go back to whatever channel I remember seeing. You said that out your mouth. He ain't big enough. He's not a real 147 pounder. But yet, look at what you did with Earl Spence before he became champion. Now it's funny, Earl Spence did the same thing that you did to him. He did that to Terrence Crawford. Y'all said the same thing. Get a belt and we'll make the fight. The man goes out, gets a belt in his first fight at 147. And guess what? This is where boxing is. Earl Spence literally had Terrence Crawford in his face. Literally, they were face to face with each other. And what does this man Earl Spence say? I think we all know. Why would I take the easier route? This is where boxing is now. Why wouldn't I take the easier route? What kind of... I've never heard a grown man that's a boxer say, Why don't I just take the easier route and fight such and such? This is where boxing is. But yet, Terrence Crawford, he's not doing enough. He's coming at these fighters. He's coming at them with all the energy, all the smoke, and they don't want it. We all know Danny Garcia had a chance to fight him at 140, and he turned that down. So the man that everyone is ducking has to do more at 147. So he can't get the fights, but he needs to do more. He's knocking everyone out at 147. As I recall, Errol Spence couldn't knock out a 135 pounder. Go figure. Errol Spence ain't knocked nobody out since Mikey Garcia. That's crazy. But this is where we're at with boxing. The welterweight division, one of the softest divisions in boxing right now. That's where we're at. I just find it crazy that a man who's trying to prove that he is the best ain't getting none of the fights because those fighters don't want to fight him. But yet, this fighter has to prove that he's the best. He's supposed to prove that he's the best, but the best, quote unquote, the best in the division don't want to fight him. How fucking crazy is that? That's crazy. And people support that. People support these guys not wanting to fight Terrence Crawford. This has been bugging me for at least a couple years. Since Terrence Crawford moved up, this has been bugging me. It's been bugging me because it's not fair. The man is literally trying to fight everybody. He did it at 140, so why wouldn't he do it at 147? He's been trying to fight the best. Y'all just don't want to see it. Y'all afraid that y'all favorite boxers out of PBC are going to get knocked out by Terrence Crawford. It's clear. Y'all afraid. You fans of Errol Spence and Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, thank God, Sean Porter, thank you for making the fight happen. Thank you for making the fight happen. This is good for the welterweight division, so we can prove that it's possible for a top rank and PBC fighter to fight each other. Because all this time it was, oh, they're on the other side of the street, we can't make that happen. Bob doesn't want to make it happen. Al doesn't want, no, it's happening now. So that debunks that bullshit. Yeah, you can make the fight if you want to. If the fighters want to fight each other, they're going to make the fight. It's not hard. All that other side of the street talk, oh, yeah, we can't make the fights, other side of the street, different promoters, all that bullshit, that was all bullshit from the start. Because PBC motherfuckers was the only one talking that other side of the street shit. That's just been debunked. You can't say that no more. Errol Spence, you can't say that no more. You can't go talk about, oh, go talk to Al. Every time somebody from the other side of the street wants to fight you. You can't say, ain't you supposed to be your own promoter? So why every time somebody want to fight you, that could be a threat to you, why they always gotta go talk to Al? You're your own promoter, aren't you? All these PBC motherfuckers that keep talking about, oh yeah, I'm my own promoter. I make my fights. I run this shit. Yeah, but every time y'all get questioned about fighting somebody that could be a threat to your losing your O, every time, all of us say is, yeah, go talk to Al. Why is it all of a sudden, oh, so you ain't really running your shit then like you claim you are? You ain't your own promoter. You ain't got it like that. You just you clout chasing. You capping. Because when shit get real, all of a sudden, the whole energy goes out the room. All of a sudden, your energy is different. You was this hard motherfucker at first, but as soon as somebody real come up to you and be like, "Let's make the fight," oh shit, go call Al. I'm my own promoter, but go call Al to make the fight. How the fuck does that even work? That doesn't even make sense. Stop playing. Terrence Crawford guy, he has to want to do better at 147. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. The nigga trying to do better. He's trying to do better. He's trying to fight the best. Y'all don't want to fight him. Your fans don't want to see these niggas lose their L. So guess what? Every excuse in the book. The man said, Earl Spence, come on, bro. You supposed to be this beast. That's what you said after your car accident, right? You a beast? So you got beat by a Ferrari, but you a beast. But you afraid to fight a whole nother man in the ring? That's crazy. I would think a beast is ready for all smoke. You a fairy. You ain't no beast. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm sorry. I hate to be rude, but my frustration for boxing has been rising and rising for the last 2, 3, 4 years, and I'm just at a point where I'm enjoying what's happening because everything is the universe is starting to work the way it's supposed to, the way it's been trying to. But you have fraudulent motherfuckers in the boxing game who are trying to make sure shit doesn't happen. But guess what? The universe is working. Everything's falling into place. And guess what? Shit gonna be exposed. Shit is already being exposed. Just with this fight here. Crawford versus Porter. Exposed. PBC, you're exposed. Fights could be made with other promotions. Fights can be made. Y'all just afraid. Y'all afraid of losing your O. Like, what happened to boxing when it was okay to lose? Look, you got in there with the best. You lost to the best. Run it back. Y'all motherfuckers afraid to run it back. Y'all afraid to get in there and lose. Y'all, it's like, yo, soft ass motherfuckers. God damn. This shit's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'ma just leave it there. Look, as far as I'm concerned, things are coming to the light. That's all I'll say. So, with that being said,